third session of class 9. The chapter we are dealing, that is the story of village Palampur. See students, in the last topic or in the last video, we have studied about different factors of production, how the modern farming is carried out, how the green revolution has affected the production, and how due to the green revolution the country has achieved the food security for the people. So students, in the last video you have already studied about that how the farmers of India, they were dealing with the traditional farming methods, and after coming of the green revolution they were dealing with the modern farming methods. Due to the modern farming methods, you can see that the production of food grains and the other crops have increased many folds. Not only this, we have seen that the people have started using different inputs, and for that more of the capital was required in a great deal. So students, in the last video we have studied about that how the modern farming methods need more of the inputs, and how the different modern equipments, modern implements and advanced technology is used for the modern farming methods. These modern inputs really played a very vital role in increasing the production, in increasing the yield of the different food crops, especially when we are talking about that is the wheat and rice. Wheat and rice is a staple food for the people living in the country. So students, in the modern farming method we have studied about that how the more of the doses of the chemical fertilizer, pesticide, insecticide, and the most important is irrigation is required. And when we talk about the irrigation, students, see, the irrigation really plays a very important role, but more of irrigation really brings the waterlogging on soil, and this degrades the soil. Waterlogging, it brings the alkaline or alkalinity to the soil, which reduces the soil's fertility. So students, here I have given you the one slide that is related to the more of the irrigation. If you do, what are the problems that the farmers they used to face? Inadequate irrigation facilities. We have seen that the farmers, when they used to depend on rain, they used to depend on monsoon, and that time they had the inadequate irrigation facility. That was the problem when irrigation was not being much done in the country, and farmers they used to depend on monsoon. So due to that also the production has really affected. But when we are doing more of the irrigation, that has also affected. Okay. So one such example is water gives life and water takes life. So students, here you can see that water is an important input for agriculture production, and it is really very good to attain the very good production of different crops. Not only this, we have seen that where the government has started different canal system, and a fairly large number of lands have to depend upon rains. The traditional farming, the farmers they used to depend on rain, but nowadays the farmers they are advanced and they have a better irrigation facilities available for their fields and for their farms, and due to that you can see that it has the they have a better production of different crops produced by the farmers in different seasons. So we have inadequate irrigation facilities was also one of the traditional way when farmers used to depend on monsoon for irrigating the fields. Now, the next that you can see that students up to the 4 topic we have already done in the last video, but now we have a 5th video who will provide the labor, from where the labor would come. See students, in the last video we have already discussed about the different types of the farmers or the people living in the village Palampur. We have seen that 1/3 population of the Palampur, 150 families, they were Dalits and they are landless, and they used to work on the others' field. So that means who will provide the labor? That means the landless workers, they will provide the labor for the large farmers and for the medium farmers. Second category of the farmers were the farmers who have less than, the one who possess less than 2 hectares of land. They were known as small farmer. See, small farmers, they don't hire any other labor. They themselves and their family members, they provide the labor for themselves. They don't hire the labor from outside. They themselves work on their field because the size of the land holding is very small, and they have less than 2 hectares of land. So they don't need other laborers for working in their own fields. After that, you can see that we have the medium and the large farmers. Farmers hire, H-I-R-E, hire farm laborers. Large farmers and the medium farmers, they hire because their land holdings are bigger in size, 2 to 10 hectare and more than 10 hectares of land they have, and on that they hire the laborers from outside. Okay, that means the unlandless workers, they are ready to work on the fields of the large farmers and the medium farmers. You can see that some of the among the small farmer family also, if the members are more, the farmer family, small farmers family, 1 or 2 members, they also go and work on the fields of the large farmers, and they earn the wages. See students, during this time, when we talk about the labor, who provides the labor, at this time the more of the population and less of the job opportunities. More of population, less of the opportunities, and less of the work is available. And most of the people working as a laborer, they are ready to work, but they had a less job opportunities. So when they have less jobs, more workers, so workers are ready to work on lower wages also. Suppose if we say the government provides the wages to the farm laborer, suppose 100 rupees. Okay, and when there is a large number of people, they are ready to work, but opportunities are less, jobs are very less. So at this stage, at this point of time, the farmers are ready to work at any wages, even if the large farmer is going to provide them half of the money of the decided by the government. Suppose 50 rupees, I'm ready to give him 50 rupees. If you're ready, you can work on my field. So farmers are the landless farmers are ready to work because the job opportunities are very less. So that means there is a lot of discrimination and exploitation is there among the laborers. Not only this, students, we have seen that the wages vary from work to work, person to person, season to season, and from activity to activity. And not only that, the duration of the working hours are also vary from landlord to landlord, or from farmer to farmer, or from a medium farmer to a large farmers. If you have more of the hard work, physical work, might be you may get a better wages. But if you have an easygoing task, easygoing work, then it might happen that the large farmer might give you the low wages, lesser wages compared to the hard or the physical, much of the physical work. Not only that, duration of the working hours are also vary. Some of the large farmers may ask you to work for 12 hours or 16 hours or maybe 10 hours. That too depend on the farmer to farmer. Okay, and wages also vary from person to person. Not only that, if you can see that we have a different laborers, they come from different part of the area and they are ready to work. Farm laborers might be employed on a daily wages also. See students, the farmers, they may be employed for a particular time. It may be only for an harvesting time, or at a sowing time, or at the threshing time, or loading and unloading work. For that also they might employ the farmers. And sometimes it happens that daily wages are also there. Every day I need to go, I need to search a work. If the work is available, then some farmer or large farmer might call me to give you the work. But sometimes it happens that I may be employed for on a monthly basis, or on a yearly basis, or on a seasonal basis also. So it totally depends on the large farmers or the medium farmers how they are going to hire you. So one such example that you have is Dala and the Ramkali. Dala and the Ramkali. So when we are talking about the Dala and the Ramkali, you can see this conversation is given here is Dala and Ramkali. Dala and Ramkali, they both are poorer wage workers, wage laborers, and they work on for the large farmer, on the fields of the large farmer. Who is the large farmer? Ghanshyam. Ghanshyam is the large farmer here. Okay, and you can see the conversation that is going on. Dala works for a large farmer and he go on a daily wages. Every day he need to search the work. And what the Ramkali is saying, Ramkali says that Ghanshyam is a large farmer, and they are just talking. Okay, there is a conversation going between them. So they say, she says that Ghanshyam has bought the harvester and harvester, thresher, or a combiner. This machinery, this is a big gadget or big machinery for the agricultural work. Okay, and which reduces the more of the manual task. Manual power much not required if you have that machine is there in agriculture, for the agricultural field. So that means the job opportunities for the laborers have reduced. What Ramkali is saying? Ramkali is saying that last year she has just worked 5 months. She just worked 5 months. In the whole year. She got a work only for 5 months, and the rest of the 7 months she was unemployed. What Dala is saying? Dala is saying that his landlord has brought a tractor. That means he has all the gadgets available, all agricultural advanced equipments available with his large farmer. He says that there is a tractor for plowing, harvester for harvesting, thresher for threshing, and even removing the weeds. They have the spraying is done, so much of the laborers are not required. We suppose the work of the 100 laborer is done by that machine. So definitely the people have less job opportunities available in village Palampur. So Ghanshyam has really the Ghanshyam has is a large farmer and used to hire the workers on daily wages or on a seasonal basis. See what Dala is saying? Dala is saying that he has a debt of 2000 rupees, and because last time in the last season he has taken the money, you can see on a credit the 1000 rupees he has taken, and prior to that he has already taken 1000 rupees. So altogether he is paying a high rate of interest on that 2000 rupees, and he is trying to repay that money to the landlord, because whenever any emergency would arise in the future, he might not get any credit facility or a loan facility from the landlord or from the large farmers. So he is trying to repay that money, but his condition is really extremely poor, and he is not able to get enough of the work. If he get everyday wages and he get everyday employment or a work, then he might be able to repay, but the job opportunities are very less as compared to the population living in village Palampur. The same condition is with the Ramkali. Ramkali has also worked last year only for 5 months. Rest of the 7 months you can understand how she has managed all her affairs, all her feet, and how she would have managed the family members, how they would have survived by taking the credit from maybe from the large farmers. This time she is saying that as the large farmers have brought many of the machineries for doing working in the fields, so she decided that she is going to work in a brick lane where the bricks are made. So she has decided she'll go to the Raiganj and she'll work there. And her situation is also not as good as the Dala. So they are the poorest. They are the poorest laborers in village Palampur. Okay. Students, you can see here I have already given you an example. Why are farm laborers like Dala and Ramkali poor? The answer is there. Now the next that we people have, the next topic that we people have is the capital needed in farming. See, we have already discussed earlier that more of the capital is required to bring the inputs, to buy the inputs. See, when you are talking about the modern farming methods, you need more of the inputs. You need pesticide, better high yield variety seeds, you need to have chemical fertilizer, better irrigation facilities, and better storage facilities required. So for that it is definite that more of the capital, money, capital means money, so more of the capital is required to buy the inputs for doing the modern farming. Okay. So when we talk about the most of the farmers, from where they are going to get the money, do you really feel that the small farmers, they may have the any savings of the last year? No, definitely they will not have, because in the previous season, as we have discussed about the Dala and Ramkali, they have taken a credit, they have taken a loan to continue their farming and to do the farming. All land holdings. In a small family, in the family of a small farmer, might be 6 members or 7 members or maybe 8 members, the land or the production that they get it from that less than 2 hectare of land is very minimal. So their survival really becomes very tough. and to buy the better seeds and pesticides, chemical fertilizers and insecticides for doing the cultivation becomes really a problem, because they don't have their savings that they can buy it for the seasons inputs for that particular season. So they need to depend on the landlords, or maybe the traders, or maybe the money lenders, from where they are going to get the loan facilities. See students, it becomes very tough to get the loan facilities also, and to take a credit from these traders, because they need some assurance that they will be able to repay it. But it becomes very difficult for these type of small farmers to repay the money. So that is also one of the factor that they get the loan facility very rarely, and they need to beg for getting the money or the credit from the large farmers. Whereas when we talk about the large farmers and medium farmers, they have their own savings are there, and when they have their savings of the last season, they have the savings of the last season, or might be the last year savings are there, and with that savings they can in this present season they can buy the inputs and they can get the production, and then they can have the better production, and definitely they have a better savings also for the future season also. Okay, so one such case study is highlighted here of Savita. Savita is a small farmer. She has 1 hectare of land, and she wants, because a season has come now, so for that particular season she need to buy the input, she need to buy the pesticide, insecticide, chemical fertilizers and the other manure and better irrigation facilities. So for that she needs money. She went to the Tejpal. Tejpal, you can see Tejpal Singh is a large farmer. She went there, she asked for a credit, and she says, I need 3,000 rupees, and I will repay you in the another season. That means almost after 4 months I will repay you this money. And for that Tejpal Singh was ready to give the loan to Savita, but there are some conditions laid there. What all condition that he lying on the Savita? Then I am going to charge 24% of the interest, 24% rate of interest, extremely high rate of interest. And not only this condition, you can see that the further you are going to see that he asked Savita that you will work in my field for on the harvest season, okay, and I will pay you the wages. How much wage I will give you? Suppose I have already told you, suppose 100 rupees wage is there, and he says that you should agree to work on my field at the harvest time in 35 rupees per day wages, almost 1/3 wage, you can see that. Savita was extremely in a poor condition, because she need to cultivate her own land, and after cultivating her own land she gets the food grain for the survival of the another few months. So she agreed that okay, I am ready to pay you 24% rate of interest of 3,000 rupees, and in how much duration I will return the money, I will repay the loan back to you within 4 months I will repay, and when harvest season would be there, I am ready to work on your field at 35 rupees per day wages. Not only that, she has the other responsibilities also. She is a mother and she has 3 children, and she has to do the other household responsibility. She has to bear the other responsibilities also. So you can see that the large farmers, they always try to exploit the small farmers because they are in a need of money, and they don't have, the small farmers, they don't have the previous savings, and for every season to buy the inputs they need to depend on the large farmers or to the money lenders. Then we have, you can see that sale of surplus farm production. You can see student, now the how production we are talking about the production here. You can see that we have cultivated, we have done the plowing, sowing of the seeds also done, irrigation also done, we have harvested, and the production is ready. Now wheat is ready to sell into the market. Okay, we take the wheat in the market. Before, prior to that, to sell the surplus, you need to understand the meaning of the surplus. Excessive, extra that you have. What do you mean by extra? See, what people they do is, farmers, what they do is, they have cultivated the land and they have, the production is ready. When the production is ready, what these farmers they do is, suppose they have 30 quintals of production is ready with them. Out of that 30 quintals of the production, they keep 10 quintals, or depending on the size of the family, 5 quintals or 10 quintals, they keep it for self consumption. That till the next season would the crop would be ready, we would be able to, at least we'll have a food to eat. Okay, so crop would be there. So they keep the 10 quintal of the wheat for their self consumption. They retain it with them. How much is left? 20 quintals left. So that 20 quintals of wheat is extra, and they are ready to sell it into the market. They go to Shahpur or they go to Raiganj and they sell it into the market to the traders, and these traders, they further say sell it to the shopkeepers into the big towns and cities. And you can see that excessive production that we people have is known as surplus. We sell that. Okay, surplus is the excessive amount of production produced by the farmers. Excessive production is sold in the market and the profit is gained, and when they earn that money after selling, they get a money, and with that other basic requirement that they used to have, buying the clothes or medicines, vegetables, fees of their children, and getting other basic things for the household, they spend on that. So that means, now here we are talking about the small farmers. See, small farmers, they don't have much of the savings. But what about the large farmers and the big farmers? Do their production or their surplus would be as same as like Savita or any other small farmers? No. Their production, their surplus production, which they are going to sell it into the market, would be much higher than. Okay, suppose I have already told you that I am a small farmer and I have grown 30 quintals, and out of 30 quintals I have kept 10 quintals for my self consumption, and 20 quintals is a surplus for me, that is excessive, and that I have sold it into the market. But the farmers, large farmers like Tejpal, Ghanshyam and the other medium farmers, their production might be much higher than me. Okay, because their land holdings are larger than my land holdings. So when we are talking about the Tejpal has grown, has kept the for self-consumption, and how much surplus he has now? 350 quintals of wheat is surplus for him. See, my surplus is just a 20 quintals, and in Tejpal's field, the production is surplus production is 350 quintals. So definitely, when he is going to sell it into the market, his money, his earning would be much larger than my income and savings. So that means he has more of the savings than my savings. Okay, so what he is going to do with that saving? He is going to keep it for the future uses. Or the what he has decided, see what he has decided, he has decided that he is going to buy the tractor. He has decided that this year I have already brought all the inputs for the production, and then also a slight amount is left, and in this particular season, after selling the 350 quintals, he is going to have the money with him, and with that money he is going to buy the another tractor. He is already having a tractor. He has decided to give a more impetus to his work. He has decided that he is going to buy the another tractor with the savings that he has now. So surplus really plays a very important role. So students, till here we have studied about all the farm activities, what are the factors of production, and among the factors of production we have already discussed land, labor and capital. And these three factors really very important for doing the farm activities. And among all these three, labor is the most abundant factor available, and there is a heavy competition in talking about the in the labor. Okay. See, when the large farmer, they have decided to use more of the modern farming methods, the production has definitely increased to many folds, almost 3 times their production has increased, and they started using more of the chemical fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, and better irrigation facilities, combiner, harvesters, tractors, better plowing machine, and a better storage facilities. So their production is much higher than the small farmers. See students, one of the facts that you have is Punjab is the highest consumer of the chemical fertilizers, and using more of the chemical fertilizers and to get the same level of the production, as the soil is losing its fertility, the more of the chemical fertilizer, more doses of the chemical fertilizer is added, so that we can meet the same level of the production. So Punjab is the highest consumer of the chemical fertilizer in the country. And one of the research study says that the chemical fertilizer has really deteriorated the soil fertility. Not only that, why? Because it has reduced the fertility, because you need to have the chemical fertilizer is required to dissolve in the water, and it has an it immediately reaches to the soil and to the plant and gives an instant nutrients. But these minerals do not require and they do not retain for a longer period of time in the soil, and they get absorbed, and due to that we see that the underground water table gets polluted. And this is also another important drawback of using more of the chemical fertilizer, that it is not only degrading the soil's fertility, but it is also polluting and contaminating the water table, underground water table. So till here we were studying about the farm activities. So students, now we have the another important activities that was carried out in the village Palampur. This is different from the farm activities. Non-farming activities. non-farming activities. See student, we have already discussed earlier that 75% of the village Palampur's population was busy and engaged in farming activities. So how much population left? 25%. So 25% of the people, rest of the 25% of the people, they were doing the non-farm activities in the village Palampur. Among the non-farm activities, students, you can see that we have dairy, small scale manufacturing. You can see the spelling here, SMALL, small scale manufacturing units. So when we are talking about the dairy and small scale industries, you can see that we have the story of different case studies are there. Case studies we'll see together, all together, and you can see that dairy, milk production. Jowar and bajra, we have talked earlier that jowar and bajra is grown to feed the cattle, fodder for the cattle. So jowar bajra is grown, and then what the dairy farmer people, they do it. This is an activity, and the surplus milk is sold in the nearby market of Raiganj, and they sell it into the market and they earn the money. So dairy is one of the non-farm activity that is done by the people of village Palampur. Some small scale manufacturing were also there. Small scale industries, small karkhana, small household cottage kind of an industries. You can see that less than 50% of the population of this 25%, they were engaged with the small scale manufacturing industries, and they used to make simple tools. They make the jaggery from a sugar cane. They extract a juice, and from that juice they make the jaggery. What is jaggery? Good. That the people, common people, they use it. In Hindi you call it a good. Khansari is another important component made from the jaggery, and this small scale is carried out within the home only. Much of the others is not required. Inside the home only you can start the small scale industries and small scale manufacturings, making of the basket and making of the ropes, and running other manufacturing, the pickles and the papad making industry. They are the small scale manufacturings that we people have. Then you can see that the another important farm activities that we people have is shopkeeping. We have already seen here dairy, small scale manufacturing. You can see that small karkhanas there. They make simple tools, agricultural implements, different rods and eggs, bow, arrow, all these kind of and things. You can see the other juice extraction, filtration, and cooking and packaging is done. And the third important activity is shopkeeping. People living in a Palampur, they in house only. You can see that in the front of the house, whatever room is available, the front room of that house, they keep some grocery material there. And people from village, they come and they buy small implements like biscuits, toothpaste, brush, vegetables, and other things, oil, biscuits, soap, batteries, candles, notebooks, pen, pencil, small clothings, they buy it from there. So they do it from the home. At the home only they can do it. The another important non-farm activities that is carried out in the village Palampur, that was the transport. Transport is really very important. That connects, and transport is an arteries, known as the arteries of an economy. And we have already seen in village Palampur, we have different kinds of transport. Means of transport was available on the roads of the Palampur, Raiganj and Shahpur. And rickshawala, tangawala, jeep, tractors, bullock carts, and bogies, multi-utility vehicles. So these are the different means of transport that we have seen in village Palampur. So students, now we'll see different case studies. Okay, different case studies, so that you will understand in a more better way. Okay, so here we have a story of Mishri Lal. I'm just reading for you. Mishri Lal has purchased a mechanical sugarcane crushing machine. He has purchased a sugarcane crushing machine. You must have seen, when you go to a market, you see that there is a person who gives a sugarcane juice to you. He crush. There is a crushing machine is there. So Mishri Lal, he has purchased that crushing machine which runs with an electricity. Okay, and what he does, he has done different work. He has taken in the morning or till the evening, he sells the juices into the village Palampur, and after that when he comes back home, he crush and take out the juices from the sugarcane. He buys the sugarcane from the field, and then he crush it. He sells the juices also, sugarcane juice he sell, and after that what he take out the extract the juice, and he converts into a jaggery. After boiling or that he do it, he manufactures jaggery. Good is made. Okay, and then with that what he do, he makes the jaggery, and then when jaggery is ready, cools down, he takes that and he goes to a Raiganj and or Shahapur, he sells that jaggery. Again, next day he sells the juice and makes the jaggery, and then again he sells it. So this is the one kind of an occupation that he does to earn more of the income. So one such small scale industry, small scale manufacturing is done by Mishri Lal. So one such very good example, that means he has made himself self-employed. When there is job opportunities are very less, so it is the responsibility of the youngsters to become self-employed. There is another example of the Karim is there. You can see that Karim has opened a computer class. He is an educated, literate boy, and he has taken a computer courses he has done, and going to Raiganj and Shahpur, and then he has decided that in Palampur only he is going to start the computer classes and the computer center. And so many large number of the students, they go to Shahpur and town for getting the computer classes and getting the coaching. So now when Palampur has started the coaching center at the Palampur, definitely the students of Palampur, they will not go to the Shahpur, they will not waste time. So they have decided that they are going to take the coaching in the Karim's computer center. What he has done, he has hired 2 other women also who knows to operate the computers, and they have started taking the classes. Okay, you can see that, who had a degree in computer applications. And then that it shows that Karim became self-employed, and he has given employment to the other 2 people, educated people. So educated unemployment is also there. So what he has done, he became self-employed, and he has given the employment to the other 2 people also, and he has facilitated the students to get the coaching of the computer classes within the village. They don't have to go outside, and without wasting much time. So one of the very innovative class that he has done. So what he has done, he has taken one of the in his own house. In the one room, he has kept 2-3 computers, and they have started giving the coaching classes. As his income would increase, what he is going to do is, he is going to buy 2 or 3 more computers. Then he is going to give the education and the coaching to the more number of the students. Automatically his income would also increase, and he is going to give employment to the other more members. One more important ideal for the village students. Not only this, we can see that there is another important case study. Kishora is a farm laborer like the other such laborers. Kishora has also found it very difficult to meet the families and the requirement. So what he has decided, after earning in wages, he has decided that he is going to take a loan from the bank, and he is going to buy a buffalo. Okay, you can see that he has decided he is a poor landless household. Kishora bought a buffalo with his money, and he has decided that he is going to sell the milk to the people. Okay, buffalo's milk he has started selling. His income has increased. He used to do the laboring also. He used to work in the farms of the other people, and then he sells the milk also side by side. So two incomes. Okay. Further, what he has decided that he has made a cart with the wooden, okay, and that cart is attached to the that cart is attached to the buffalo, okay, and he used to carry the load. Used to take it to the Shahpur or a Raiganj of any other farmer, large farmer wants that his goods or wheat should be sent to the Raiganj. He attached his cart with the bullock, with the buffalo, and he used it. So bullock cart he has made, and with that he has started earning the money. So you can see that what he is doing, he is working as a farm laborer. Number 2, he sells the milk. Number 3, with that buffalo only, what he has done, he has made a cart and he has started loading and unloading work also. With that, he has earned the money. So definitely a kind of a transport work he has started, and it has really increased the income of the Kishora. And this is another very beautiful example of earning the money and making himself self-employed. Students, till here we have seen that all factors of production, how the organized form of the production is done, what are the 4 factors of production, how the farming can be increased, how electrification has helped the village Palampur, how the village Palampur as an hypothetical village became an important, has started giving awareness to the other villages of India, so that everybody wants that there has to be a village like Palampur where all kind of an infrastructural development is there, and people are also very hard working. And in the further we have already studied about how Kishora, Mishri Lal, Savita, they have overcome with their problems, and by putting much of the physical work and the mental labor into it. So you just go through the summary, and after going through the summary, students, that means we have concluded the story of village Palampur. This chapter is concluded here, completed here, and see the assignment. Do this assignment and complete the textual exercises also that is given. Back to the chapter. And I don't have to remind you again that keep preparing for the test of chapter 1, the story of village Palampur. So till then, stay safe and keep learning. Thank you so much.